So how do I buy a new construction home? I've looked around, I've seen different situations, scenarios where people are buying homes that are already built. But for some reason, I feel like the best option for me is to buy a new construction home. Hi, I'm Sean Aldridge, aka Coach Sean, the Realty, EXP Realty. Wanted to come and give you some information about that right now. If this information is helping you, please like, subscribe, follow for more information that I can give you. So, new construction. In this last couple of years, our market has been very interesting, and a lot of people were in multiple offer situations, and they just got tired of being in that process. So now they've decided a lot of times that we're going to build from the ground up. And so, how does that process work? What do I do? What are some things I should look for? What are some things I should look out for? I want to give you just a few things that can kind of help you in the process. First and foremost, let's talk about financing. So anytime you're looking to finance a home, you're looking at the different variable or various avenues where you can do it. FHA, conventional are the two specific ones that are used the most. Sometimes you can do VA if you're a veteran, USD if you're in rural areas and get no down payment. But all those typically are used to be able to buy a new construction. And so you can use those. Now, I want you to understand this too. As doing a new construction, what happens if you go on site by yourself, you'll find also that the builder has what we call a preferred lender. This is the one they're working with. And so a lot of times they will even want to entice you to be able to use their preferred lender, because oftentimes they'll even add in incentives if you use them. What I want you to do in those situations is you should be able to compare the preferred lender also with the lender that you've already been pre-approved with to find out what the better terms are for you. Recognizing the preferred lender is still in the best interest of the builder, although there may be incentives and although they may tell you a certain amount you're pre-approved for. You want to look at everything as far as what are the fees that are involved, origination fees, interest rates, things like that. You want to make sure you check out. In buying my new construction home, is the price negotiable? In a normal deal, depending on what market you're in, you can put in a price, or they can have an asking price, and you can go in and go below that price and go back and forth and counter offer and negotiate kind of what you want to do in that situation. Most times when you are with a builder, the price typically is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. One of the reasons sometimes that they've said it's not negotiable because some people say they don't want to compromise the neighborhood. What I mean by that is the value. You don't want one neighbor getting the same home for $10,000 less than another person got it for. So say if a house was on the market for $600,000, but somebody wants it for $590,000, it's not likely that a builder would do it because this becomes public knowledge. And it becomes public knowledge all of a sudden. Now, they're put in a situation where other folks would probably try to do the same thing. Some suggest that price droppings actually happen when they get to their last homes, but that's something that rarely happens and you want to look into for yourself. They may not discount your price, but they may give you incentives that can be negotiable. So you may not have the price being as negotiable, but there's some incentives that specific builders might be able to give you that'll help you, and maybe you can negotiate those. What are some pros of building from the ground up? First and foremost, you get to pick everything. So you get to actually customize that home to your liking, however you want it to be. You're literally the designer of your home, from your color schemes to your tile, to your backsplash, to your flooring, to your bathroom, to your amenities. That's some things that are actually good that can help you and that are of benefit, and some pros to actually getting a new construction home. Also, a new construction home typically comes with a builder's warranty for the first year. So for 12 months, if there's any issues that you see in there, you can address those issues, and you know that those things are under warranty. They are being taken care of. Another comment is everything is new. You don't have to worry about the age of things. You've got peace of mind about the age of things. Now, there is no perfect home. There are still some things that can occur in homes, but you don't have to worry about the age of thing, and you have that 12-month thing for your warranty that kind of helps you. What are some cons? Well, probably we talked about it already. Normally you're able to negotiate in a deal. A lot of times in these it's non-negotiable, especially when you're speaking to price. And a lot of times we've seen where appraisals have come in low and the builder did not want to adjust or actually negotiate the price because they're looking for a specific price point that they want to get to. Do you need your own agent? My suggestion for anyone out there is that you need your own agent. They do have an agent on site, but again, recognize this agent is somebody who is working on behalf of the builder. You need an agent that's representing you, and in any real estate deal, I would suggest you need representation. Anybody that's purchasing a home, you definitely need representation in that because their agent on the other side has certain limits. Their best interest is for their client. You need an advocate on your side that's going to make sure things are done timely when it comes to appraisals, when it comes to negotiations. You've got somebody that's working for you, and you know, if you're working a job and you're doing different things like that, and you don't understand the whole processes of contractual things along those lines, you want to make sure you have all that to get through all those timelines, those inspections, and those things that are taken on. Also, when doing this, it's similar to buying a home where you have to put down earnest money, or they'll call it a deposit. There's a certain amount you have to put down. Sometimes it's hard to get that money back if you decide you're going to back out of the deal and you're past the due diligence period where you've had that opportunity to begin to kind of investigate things and see what you want to do. You can get it back if you come through a situation where your financing falls. So you can get it back if you come through appraisal issues. So if a seller is not interested in lowering the price, you can get it back, which is another reason why you need an agent to begin to represent you in these situations, because you want to make sure you have someone that understands what's going on, understands the process, and can help you get to it. How long does it take? It really depends on different scenarios. I've heard them up to 18 months. I think typically before we went into the time that we're in right now with inflation, some people would say 6 to 9 months. It's county specific. Depends on weather, because weather can put you back. Depends on when the building starts. Depends on when they're able to get the permit if they haven't had the permit already. So they typically give you an estimate of building, of how long it's going to get built, but they don't necessarily put it in writing because they don't want to put it in writing and bind themselves to a certain situation. One suggestion is make sure in Illinois we use attorneys. You'd have an attorney. Because I've seen cases where you got to understand how the contract is written and understand contractual situations, which is why you would use an attorney. I've seen cases, and if you read it and if you go online, you'll find cases of where in this market, in this time, where you found that builders are actually terminating the contract. Someone had gotten up to a few days before the actual closing of their home, had moved out of their own home and sold it to be able to buy that home, had put down a huge earnest money deposit, and they found out as inflation went up that they could get, I believe it was $200,000 more than the asking price. So they sent them a letter and terminated the situation for them, and all of a sudden now they gave it to somebody else for $200,000 more, and because that was contractually written in the terms, they're able to do it, although those people are seeking litigation because they feel like they forced them to move out of their own home to be able to buy that home, and it's put them in a situation. So you want to make sure you understand all of that. You want to make sure you understand that at times in these, your price may start at a certain price point, but even like we're in inflation right now, that price could go to another point. And you want to make sure you understand all that. Make sure you read the contract. Make sure you have somebody that can explain the contract, which is proper representation for you to be able to have it. So this is just some information about buying new construction. If you're considering that, feel free to give me a call. You'll find my information below. And I'd love to assist you in that process, or any process of if you're looking for a home. I can definitely assist you, or if you're not in Illinois, I can find someone to help you in that process. So this is Coach Sean, the Realtor. I'm going above and beyond helping you to find your dream home. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped you, and God bless.